Excellent. All right. Let us get started, shall we? Alrighty then. So, hello again, everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight Live, and welcome to Starbound, as usual. Also, to any Canadian viewers out there, happy Canada Day. Alright, let's jump in. Let's do a bit of exploration with our Avian Races character today, I think. Alright, let's do some exploration. Let's see here. What do we got? We have a lovely little desert planet. Hopefully something cool is over there. We'll have to do some exploration in space at some point. But for now, let's just go to this lovely grassland. See what we've got going on today. How's everyone doing today, by the way? Good, I should hope. Alright. What are we looking at? And also, where is our usual compatriot? Okay. Hello, bandit person. I mean, I think you might be picking a fight a bit above your weight class. I haven't really done too much. It's raining where I was at, and actually just came back from dropping my dad off at the airport, and that's pretty much all I've done today. Nothing too exciting. There we are. Saying hello. You know, I should recruit a friendly little Fenerox individual to join our crew at some point. Always weird to me finding a Hylotl settlement on some kind of, well, a planet like this. A planet that is very dry and barren. We're also on a radioactive planet, by the way. Which, it also occurs to me I should probably have shown the coordinates before we got started, just in case there's anything cool here for anyone who is playing along at home. I mean, we've been to places like this before. Sure, let's read about the Hylotl, a culture of beauty. When discussing beauty, one must first understand how closely Hylotl biology is bound to our culture of creativity. We are free-eyed beings of acute perception. Our trinocular vision imbues us with superior sensitivity. Hello there, welcome to the stream. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Where was I? Should have interrupted myself mid-sentence. Perceive our artistry beyond the grasp of other sentient beings. From our very genesis, we were blessed to perceive beauty other races lack the capacity to envisage. And to share this sight is our gift unto them. Sadly, these creations, our glorious art, our intricate architecture, our hauntingly beautiful poetry, fall upon deaf ears and blind eyes. Only we, the Hylotl, possess the innate ability to understand true beauty, and so that which we sire is born into a barren cosmos. I mean, geez, like, really, really humble those Hylotl, huh? Let's see if they can redeem themselves with this one. Let's see, as scholars, we abide by this covenant, to garner knowledge and shoulder its weight, to study what is past in order to remember, to act as wardens and as stewards. This is our solemn oath, that we will not transgress, for knowledge is truth, and truth is enlightenment. You see, that sounds a little bit, that sounds like something I can get behind. None of this, oh, we're so much superior to everyone else. God, don't you hate people like that in real life? So annoying. Always like, oh, look at me, I'm so superior with my enhanced ability to appreciate art. That's why people hate intellectuals, dang it. Stupid intellectuals being all arrogant and full of themselves. Let's see. A little bit more comfortable with streaming. Starting to become habit and familiarity and whatnot breeds comfort. Excellent. Alrighty then. You just got pushed through the wall. Good for you. What do we have over here? Some lovely art we can take with us. Just smash that. You kind of have to wonder. Like, I always wonder whenever I find these things, like, what's the story? Why did the Hylotl abandon this particular place? Was it because of the Florin, or, like, considering the fact that everything is, like, these candles are still sitting here on the night table and everything. I mean, you'd figure if this was, like, raided by Florin, that maybe there'd be a bit more damage. But there's not really evidence of that, is there? Well, arguably, anyway. But, you know, blame the Florin for everything. It works pretty well. We'll have a Never community stream soon enough. I'm not sure when. I guess mostly I just, I don't want to do them too often. I don't know, maybe some misguided idea of making them, like, maybe they wouldn't seem as special if I did them all the time. Maybe that's, you know, a bit silly of me. But we'll see. We'll get into the habit of that eventually. Also, I need to do a bit more reading on properly setting up a Starbound server just to make sure everything is nice and good for everyone. Also, yes, I missed a comment earlier. The race we're playing as is the Avian from the Avian Races mod, which we are currently doing a playthrough of, just on the regular channel-y stuff that is not live. And I just figured, you know, today maybe we'll just do some random exploration before we get back into the questing stuff next time. Oop. Terrible at dodging these guys. You know, I'm almost tempted to try just rebuilding this place. I've seen some really nice builds that people have made, and like just by sort of like rebuilding like pre-existing dungeons and stuff, and they're pretty cool. Managed to miss the first one, or duck the first one. Completely whiffed on the second one. Which, not overly surprising, really. Hopefully there's some cool loot in here, which there probably will be, which will help us get... Okay, you are getting annoying, Mr. Pink Thing, whose name I can't remember. But I'm sure you do have a name. It's probably a very good name. I just don't care enough to remember it. Oh, there's a radio. That is a nice radio. But I'm going to take that radio. And also, apparently, that bookcase. It's good enough. I can take it. I can dig it. Quite literally, really, since our matter manipulator will manipulate everything. Everything and anything, as long as it is actually composed of solid matter. Or not so solid matter, possibly. Oh, dear. These ghosts, why? You know, I kind of don't want to kill all these because I don't actually have a capture pod to capture them, and I do have that old Pokemon mentality of gotta catch them all going on, so should we fail to find them, that'll be a bit sad. Never bit of Hylotl showing off how good they are. That's cool. Not that I use it very often, but I do like the custom items. Is there actually anything hiding up here? Not really. A couple of new items. So we're going to take this, because that's going to be worth a lot of clue points whenever we get around to doing the Hylotl mission. Hey there. Just getting started with our stream. Just doing a bit of exploration. All good stuff. And our first stop has been this lovely, lovely Hylotl place. There we go. Which, no, we could turn this into a nice bed and breakfast, probably. The right vision, little bit of investment from your friendly local Lefia Corporation investment office. This will be the best place for beds and or breakfasts. Breakfast is not actually a real word, of course. But it sounds good. The Florins. They are an interesting people. They're basically Starbound's answer to the Predator. At least that's the way I look at them. There we go. I mean, they have their own sense of honor and whatnot, but they are also very, very, very vicious creatures. Not to be taken lightly, for sure. Alright, let's see here. I'm kind of actually regretting not having a proper hunting weapon on me. Now that I think about it. I put away our old hunting weapon in order to go with this cool Stalker Spear. And we could probably do the Florin mission now, but I feel I should save stuff like that for the actual, like, non-live stream series. Just because it would probably be kind of weird for anyone watching that to then come back and be like, oh, well, on the stream we did this, and then they're like, and you know, then your average viewer who may not have seen the stream might think to themselves, I missed stuff. Which, I don't want to do that. That wouldn't be very nice. Probably. But yes. Alright. More ooglers there. You know, there is... Yeah, monsters did used to take fall damage, didn't they? I'm pretty sure Frackin' Universe adds that back in. Fall damage is one of the most useful things to someone who is not very good at actually fighting. Such as myself. Because then the enemy killed themselves for you. Thus saving a tiny, tiny amount of time, as it were. Just a little bit. Alrighty then, more crazy... Oh dear. Good job, Gaslight. Spiky pits. We got some throwing bones. We have a lovely avian skull. We'll wear that for a while. I think we've got basically every single skull at this point. That's always fun. Just wearing the skulls of your defeated foes. That it cannot possibly go wrong in any fashion. Hopefully. Also, while we're just wandering around today, I am hoping that maybe we can come across some chicken falling from the sky. Possibly one of the United Systems mod dungeons, just so that we can have that for reference later. And, let's see, anything cool at the bottom of this well? Not really. Not today, but at least we know there... Oh, Sentention runes. Well, this is slightly different. Hello. Also, I hear something killing something, or getting killed by something, possibly, on the other side of us. Hello there, spiky, glowy ball thing. Random question I have for myself here. Are you in the monster collection at all? Mysterious ball thing, you are. That makes me feel bad for killing you, because I do kind of want to pick you up at some point. Alright, aha! An Avian little tent thing. Though I was, the actual creator of the, United Races mod has clued me into the fact that apparently there is a small chance that the Avian Races mod and the United Systems mod could have a minor conflict with each other in the form of both have dungeons that show up on desert planets, which may alter the probabilities of, like, which one we happen to find. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not going to prevent us from finding one or the other, but it might make it a touch bit trickier to find the ones we want. Which, I guess, just is to be expected, given how, you know, the more stuff there is to find, the more variety, as it were, and the odds of finding any one particular thing go down a little bit. I grab this tomato. Which, oh good, we do have room for it, because tomatoes are always nice. We can make delicious, delicious tomato juice out of it. Actually, I don't really care for tomato juice that much. Not by itself. Tomato sauce. Why are you naked, Mr. Avian person? Started whistling at work and everyone joined in. It was like living in a musical. No, I wonder to myself sometimes, would living in a musical be all that good? Maybe. I mean, going around where there was like literally background music following you everywhere, even maybe getting your own theme song, that would be pretty cool. It possibly would be the sort of thing that would get annoying after a while. Maybe. We also just picked up a steel drum, so now we have an ocarina and a steel drum. We could start a band if we ever learned how to play multiple instruments. Hello, frog friends. Yeah, I can understand you not being particularly happy about that. No, don't follow me, though. You'll probably get killed by a monster. You frog folk have a hard enough time without getting killed by random monsters due to me destroying all of your livelihood. Hello there, frog man. What do you got for me? A dusty bed, you say? I mean, I don't really want any of this, so I'm not gonna buy anything today, but I'm just gonna rummage through your stuff. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Probably. Maybe. Could happen. Also gonna... Oh, God! Oh, I didn't mean to hit you. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Frogman. Please don't hate me. Didn't realize I had aggroed them. Apparently I stole too much stuff. And yet they weren't actually fighting back because apparently frog people don't have guards in their villages. That makes me kind of sad. Poor frog people. They deserve so much more. And yet, I'm just murdering them. or stealing all their hard work. I mean, that's not very nice. That's not very nice at all. Alright. Actually doing a pretty good job with... Also, I forget what it's called, but there's a bug mod I'm using in order to get some of these bugs. Because apparently, in vanilla, only one bug type can show up on a planet. Which, considering the fact there's like 40 million different types of bugs, it seemed to me that was a bit much. So having all possible bug types able to spawn on any given biome, or all bug types of their appropriate biome being able to spawn on the same planet, just seemed like a nice time-saving measure. What do we got here? Got ourselves some trousers, some rubbles, a tech card, all good stuff. Some more cocoa, because I love cocoa. People are getting killed over here by something. Don't know how or why, but something got murdered. Oh, was it you? Did you do the murderizing? Let's see. Florins aren't just cannibals or hunter. That's true. Yes. Yeah. Florin are interesting creatures. And all, they have a compulsion for, I guess, killing and hunting things. And as mentioned in the lore, they seem to have a hard time, like, feeling empathy for other creatures. They're basically a race of hilarious sociopaths. You know, as much as sociopaths can be hilarious at any rate. They do like stabbing things. Though, you kind of have to wonder to yourself, did the Hylotl kind of bring some of the attack, like the Florin attacking on themselves, due to their kind of like holier than thou, oh, we're so great, we have superior culture and no one else can appreciate culture as much as we can. Ow. 2 skulls. That's pretty cool. Getting all kinds of skull helmets. In fact, the luck I'm having with finding these skull helmets is a bit much. By a bit much, I mean it seems to be a bit higher than usual. Also, yeah, I probably need a hunting spear. We're not actually getting some of the like Avian-specific hunting or crafting ingredients that we would get if we were actually using an Avian spear or like a hunting weapon. So it is kind of interesting, and maybe I just overlooked it, but there's not a level 3 hunting weapon. It goes from 2 to 4. And in order to get the level 4 stuff, you need to get, what is it, plates? Yeah, it's monster plates, which so far I haven't... Excuse me, cannibal thingy. Very rude. Just stabbing at me for no reason like that. Then again, what do you expect from... I mean, technically, those people, those cannibal folk with their bone stuff, they're not actually all Florins, but I like to pretend they are because, you know... I think it's in keeping with the whole Florin stabbing everything thing. They do enjoy hunting, I guess, is what I'm getting at. There we go. A little bit of hunting in there. Just a bit. I mean, I don't know if we need sharpened claws for anything Avian related. I don't think so, since the Avian do have... Oh dear. Oh, we've circumnavigated the planet. That's it. Okay, off we go again. Away to the stars. So what... Let's see here. First of all, let's throw our extra codices in here. Bloop and bloop. We also have a couple other codices we'll want to read later. We have ourselves... a whole bunch of stuff stuffed in there. We have some... It's our spot for our unique weapons. I'll throw the tambourine in there. That is a tambourine, right? No, it's a steel drum. Completely different thing. Completely different. We already have hiker trousers, so I'll just chuck those away. We don't need them. Throw that away for now. This away for now. Actually, no. We'll go back to our engineer's hat. And throw all our skulls in there. And everything else we can sell in due time. Excellent. Alright, so we're getting along. Hey there. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so where do we go from here? We didn't really find any big dungeons, which is always a bit of a shame. I like finding the big, exciting, fancy dungeons. Though you can't always find them. Also, apparently that ship just warped away. It's actually the first time I've seen a ship, like, despawn, which is interesting. I've seen them actually enter the system. They actually kind of, like, fly in, which is pretty cool. Elnath Eclipse, never a pretty small planet, so it shouldn't take us too long to circumnavigate it. Alrighty then. Let's see. What have we got here? Never dry grassland. Alright. Come on in. Let us see what there is to see. Actually, before we dive down... Stop closing my door. Let's see. Where did I put my hunting spear? Hunter spear. Yeah, let's swap this out, because I do want to get the monster plates and stuff so we can upgrade ourselves. I mean, I could pull out a couple of copper bars and upgrade our thing that way, which maybe we'll do. We have copper bars in here somewhere. There we go. I'll take half of them. It's kind of everything. I actually did take the time to sort all this more or less alphabetically. The fact there's a diamond there tells me I did not alphabetically sort it properly. Only sort of. Alright. So let us reinforce this with, of course, the weapon reinforcer pod mod. There we go. Let's see. How much does it do right now? It's been reinforced 3 times. Now we need iron, but you know what? That's good enough. That's probably good enough. Alright. Well, thanks for stopping by the stream. See you next time. Alright then, let's see what adventure we can get into on this world. More Avian. I mean, there's a very, very strong Avian presence, which is rather interesting when you think about it. Like, I mean, they kind of have, when you think about it. Their backstory is sort of similar to humans in the sense that they were chased off of their home world. Hello there, hunter people. Please don't. There we go. Just burn them all. There we go. That should solve our problems. Come on. There you go. That's what I like to see. Evil cultists blowing up, apparently. Nothing finer, really. Shift click is how I split the stack in half. I always forget that, and then I remember it, and then I forget it again. Oh, it's a really, really useful feature, of course. Ah. Oh, here's something new. A glitch sewer. These are always fun. They have living poop monsters in them. I mean, what's not to like? A nice day out. Let's have a read, shall we? By Hiraki Corral, Hylotl Adventurer. I found myself at somewhat of an impasse. Behind me, a horde of glitch with pitchforks and torches were swarming my way. Ahead of me, the opening to a sewer. I made my call and dived headlong into the dark tunnels. Oh, what a narrow escape. Now I am down here exploring the maze-like corridors, encountering not a soul. It is, in fact, rather peaceful. The steady dripping of water from the ceiling, the bubbling rush of streams underfoot, the sporadic buzzing of giant wings somewhere behind me. Yes. Yes, very, very peaceful indeed. You know what? You're right. I did ignore that Hylotl in a rather rude fashion, didn't I? Let's go and say hello. Or not Hylotl, that Fenorox. Fenorox? Oh, wait. Hello there, Hylotl. And I ignored the Fenorox. He's back there somewhere. Or she. I didn't really stop to find out which. But they're out there. Probably having a good time. And yes, there is a alt fire on this thing. The spear, if you're right, you get a little throwy thing going on there. Let's see, what is this? Never a nice day out. Might as well take it. Like keeping copies of codexes, if for no other reason than to sell them later. For tiny, tiny amounts of pixels. Oh boy. Well, welcome to the tunnels of infinite living poop. Oh god, he is spawning more living poop. That is disgusting. Oh god, there's too many of them. It's sickening. Absolutely sickening. Come on. There we go. Alright. Man, these sewers are dark and dank. Oh, thanks. Welcome to the stream. Alright, let's see. What else can we find down here in this dark and dank and living poop-filled sewer? You have to wonder what the glitch are eating that's causing their fecal matter to reanimate. I mean, Kinda weird. And creepy, frankly. Very creepy indeed. Plus, it's capable of poisoning me, which is never good. Not for my long-term sanity and or health. That's a good question. Especially considering the fact that these sewers... Ooh, what's this? A Soul Seeker. Cool. I forget whether the Soul Seeker was from a mod or if it's... I think it's from a mod. Not just a vanilla thing that's added in. But yeah. And it's weird. The only people who build sewers are the glitch. I mean, like, they do digest food and stuff, but considering the fact that they are an inanimate, or not inanimate, but they are a machine species, it is kind of weird they're the only ones who bother building sanitation systems. Not from a mod? Okay, good to know. Just want to be completely sure on that. It's another unique weapon to add to our collection. I know I've seen it before, I just wasn't sure if I'd seen it in vanilla or specifically after adding a mod. There we go. Get a bit of health regen going there. Use up all our torches, but yeah. Oh, dear goodness. Now that's something you don't want to wander into in the dark. Yet, you know, we kind of did. But yeah, there are many questions. Many questions, few answers regarding these strange and mysterious sewers. Well, that's not strictly true. There's a couple of outhouses on the surface. But, like, there's 2 outhouses, and outhouses are not exactly known for requiring sewer systems, so there is some oddness there. That we cannot deny. Ah, what the heck, I'll just poison myself just a little bit. Because the desire for money is apparently too great for me to ignore. Alright. Hello there, Batfing. Come on. There you go. Give you a little stab there. More poop monsters, which don't drop any bones whatsoever. Which, I mean, it'd be kind of weird if they did drop bones, actually. In fact, that'd be actually rather creepy if they did drop bones. Oh dear. Now what am I looking at? There's something aggro over here in the dark. Come on. What was it? It's down here somewhere. Oh boy. Yes, I am using a couple of mods. And by a couple, I mean quite a few mods. I have, I don't think I have them listed here on stream, but I do have a collection on the Steam Workshop that mentions what mods I'm currently using. As well as a handful that I am not presently using, but have used in the past. All recommended things, really. Just for their lovely additions they had. Let's see, glowing outhouses and... Ah, yes. A disturbing thought, to be sure. I mean... oh, boy. I can't tell you how much these living poops disturb me. I can't get over it. They're just wrong, man. They're just wrong in every sense. Every possible sense. That's true. They could just be abandoned. I mean, they're clearly glitch in origin. But there are no glitch settlements in this general vicinity. It does make sense that the sewers would survive. I mean, they are kind of buried in the ground. And they are made of stone, so all the glitch architecture will last long after all the other stuff has rotted away. Except perhaps the Avian stuff. The Avians also primarily use stone. It's actually really crazy to think that things like the Great Pyramids will be standing long at, like, if just some cataclysm happened, the pyramids and Stonehenge even will all be standing long after more modern monuments have all disappeared. Crazy, huh? Completely. They just don't build them like they used to. course, I can't help but notice I'm not really getting... Oh, dear. Well, that's not strictly true about medieval sanitation. There's actually very, very good examples of just, like, a level of sanitation, at least that started developing in more urban centers. I mean, it's not exactly medieval, but I know the Romans are famed for having very extensive sanitation solutions. And, I mean, France, their famous catacombs, of course. Oh, dear God. Didn't think that one through, did I? Not at all. That is a good question. The rune's hard. I mean, the rune is an eldritch abomination, so I suppose we can't expect its design to make sense, but, yeah. The rune is just one of those things. It's an absolute eldritch abomination. By any measure, really. Should we go underground? Maybe. Let's circumnavigate the surface a bit first, see if there is anything at all up here. I mean, the glitch sewer, that's always nice. You know, while that Avian's sleeping, I'm just going to steal his Cadavan cactus seeds. I'm sure he won't mind. Maybe. Possibly. Also, I see you there, secret door. There we go. That's all. That's the good stuff. You enjoy a good old-fashioned secret door. That's for sure. Alright, what do we got here? Some explorer's lanterns, some other cool knickknacks that we can sell. And move on. Alright, nothing too big. I mean, that's actually not a bad thing to maybe consider starting off a home in. I mean, I don't know exactly when and or where we're going to start a colony, but we probably will at some point. Yeah, the whole thing with the rune and Earth is probably the biggest plot hole that Starbound has, to be honest with you. Though, I think, based on just comments of people that I have had, the consensus more or less is that because the rune's prison was breaking, part of it was able to sort of like rip through the fabric of space-time in order to actually get to Earth in the first place, and it just happened to show up there, as it were. Pure unlucky coincidence. Or maybe it's all Azra Nox's fault. I mean, she's not exactly around to defend herself, so we can blame her for everything. Alright, get some more useful materials. A space station that's a portal for Rune, you say? That's interesting. Can't say I've seen that. I mean, the closest I found was some kind of shrine to the Rune in one of the random space anomalies. I thought that was pretty cool. It looks like there's nothing down there. Oh, you were hostile. So I was entirely justified in killing you. Excellent. Only claws. Man, I guess we're gonna have to go underground if we want to find monster plates. Not that we are in any rush for plates, after all. I mean, we're at about the right tier for everything we want to do. So far. Stable pocket dimension. Whoa, dear. Alright, let's see here. What's going on here? The USCM, to my understanding, they're basically, like, gone. Like, the Mini-Nog infiltrated them and kind of quietly made them destroy themselves. At least that's my understanding of things. And all based on some lore you can find in one Apex station, research station in space. Let's see here. You know, I kind of wish the Tenet Comet would come back at some point. I mean, it was never really, like, fully implemented to as I recall. Like, the assets for it were there, but I don't think it actually was, like, fully implemented. It'd be kind of nice to see it. Yes. Actually, probably the greatest irony when it came to, or perhaps it was rather poetic, the destruction of the USCM, seeing as they basically destroyed themselves with very careful, delicate prompting from the Mini-Nog, who very subtly, via espionage, instilled doubt and infighting and all kinds of nastiness. Ooh, a butter bee. I wonder if it produces butter. Hello there, Nutmidge. Alrighty then. Let's see here. Air sprites are fish. They're flying fish, if that's the case. Crazy flying fish. Oh, hello there, monster. I mean, I think you were peaceful and I decided to attack you anyway, which was admittingly not very gentlemanly of me, but that's just how it is sometimes. Oh, cool, another Avian colony. These are always nice. Just something very, very cool about just looking at these little nomadic sort of settlements they've got here. Very cool indeed. Let's see, any secrets down in the old well? Nope, no old well secrets, unfortunately. Let's see here. What do we got? We have elder robes, modern wraps, traveler wraps. All kinds of good stuff to buy. Nothing that I want to invest in right now, but it's good to know it's here. No, parasprites are a new thing introduced in the Spacey update. In 1.3, you can find them out in random USCM ship encounters. Ooh, hello. Monolith of the Old Ones. Great importance. Religion. Interesting. Didn't see that in our last thing. Aha. Ah, yes, we gotta save up some money so we can buy one of these things. Is that one merchant with the little shepherd's crook there, he'll sell us these little mounted things. If only we had the money. I forget what those seahorse things are called, actually. I'll remember someday, or if we get a capture pod and pick one up, we'll be able to see its name. But for now, we are wandering through Rainbow Land, it would seem. The happiest place in the desert, really. So bright and colorful, and hopeful. Especially hopeful. But you know, I think before we leave this planet, maybe we'll dive into the core, see if there's anything interesting down there. Oh. Easy there, you. Let's see, Alt key. Highlights all items that can be selected. Oh. That's good to know. I didn't know Alt did that. Control, though, about moving the screen. I'm a bit familiar with that. Not that I always use it to the best effect, of course. Yeah. Only bones. I'm not really getting the plates that I would actually want, but again, those could be down in the old sewers. Possibly. I mean, and by sewers, I mean the core of the planet, which is... I mean, the core of the planet's kind of like the sewer, I guess. In the sense that it's not at all like a sewer in any way. Ah, yes. Good old Pop-Tops. Their whistle is music to some people's ears. Absolute, just terrible, terrible to other people's. Frankly, I kind of like their whistle, though. They could stand to increase their repertoire a little. Just a little bit. They just whistle the same bar over and over again. Which does get a little grating after a while, admittingly. Alright, have we circumnavigated the planet yet? The answer is yes. Yes, we have. So, with that in mind, before we leave, let us dive into the abominable depths. Oh, our Fenarok's friend is hiding down here, apparently. Alright, and away we go. Oh, in retrospect, maybe I should have dug that in a not-so-vertical fashion. Make it a bit easier to get back up later. It's like I should also probably... Oh dear. Probably make sure that we put some torches down so we can find our way back up later. Oh, no, you don't. Okay, that's going to be a bit difficult to get back up from. But not impossible. There we go. Put that. Put down one more torch just to kind of make the transition easier. Let's see. That's a big hit. And by a big hit, I mean a big pit. Apparently I can't talk. Not that I can talk on the best of days, but, you know, it comes and goes. You make a good point. I mean, it's gonna take us nothing but time, really, to get back to the surface. Probably. You are a long way from home, Mr. Bob Fay. Also, I should probably make some more torches. But I have no coal on me. Fortunately, there's coal here. Excellent. Alright. There we go. Make a couple more torches. 22, why not? Keeps us going. And obviously, we want to get ourselves a little piece of stuff. And by that, I, of course, mean let us... Where are the brushes? Brushes. There you are, Mr. Brush. Wait, I can just stick you in here, can I? Oh, well, that's much more convenient. Alright. You could, in fact. In fact, I've seen pictures of people who have actually taken the time to completely mine out an entire planet, so when you warp down, you just show up in the core and die. Don't know why you'd want to do that, but you can. Pretty big commitment of time, I'd say. Alrighty then, let's see here. Maybe do a little bit of that. A bit of this. Probably not the best use of our resources. Alright. Then we can use this to break that, and this to break that, and bada bing, bada boom. We got our treasure. Ooh, an alpaca torso. Of course, unfortunately, we don't have room for it. I'll get rid of all this garbage. These garbage items. Which inevitably means I'm going to throw away something actually good. It happens all the time. There we go. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't really use flashlights too often myself, except when I think they look cool. Which is usually, I kind of... only exists at the beginning of the game, and then after that... After that, they serve their purpose and they go away. Alright then, let's see here. I'm probably not going to, like, dedicate the entire stream to finding these things. I assume too many digs can get a little bit tedious after a while. Just a little bit. Oh dear. Ah, dang it. I can't do it. I can't finish this because... Oh wait, there's actually only one more. Might be able to do it. Alright. Now where would it most likely be? Probably here. Yes, we did it! Haha! That is a good question. And a never alpaca torso. These are ancient, primitive alpacas, presumably. They used to exist. Now they are buried and long forgotten. Apparently. Fun fact, there actually are no alpacas in Starbound. They're all just people in costume. Presumably to hide the greater conspiracy that alpacas are living underground or something. Maybe. Alright. So far, so good. A little bit of archaeological digging. I mean, I'm a bit disappointed that we only found pair of alpaca torsos so far. Generally speaking, I would have preferred a bit of a variety in things, but, you know, that's life sometimes. At least they stack, I think. Well, surely those Scottish warriors wouldn't be secretly evil. Silly alpacas. Now, alpacas are a race in Starbound that deserve more love. Really? That's an interesting discrepancy. Because you're right, the intro does say that the Protectorate is only about 500 or so years old. And considering the fact there's only been 6 or 7 Grand Protectors, that timeline doesn't quite add up then. Doesn't add up at all. Of course, there could be more to the Protectorate than we know, considering the fact that they did have that whole secret vault full of high-grade military mech ordnance hanging around that they apparently didn't think was important enough to keep on Earth in case something, monstrous and planet-destroying showed up. That would be a weird plot twist if it turned out the Protectorate had actually had nefarious motives all along. I mean, I don't think that's the case. Then again, you never know. I mean, there's been weirder plot twists in history. There we are. Just get a little bit of that so we can get ourselves a little bit of platforming going on there so we can get back up again. Looks like we've come to some kind of marble limestone biome thing. It's always interesting stuff down there. As long as we can get into it. Oh dear, Bob Fay attack again. Man, is there anywhere that's safe from the Bob Fay? They just keep showing up. They're everywhere. Ah dear. And bats. Which are some kind of crazy hybrid between a Lickitung and a Zubat. Truly the most horrifying combination of all time. Technically, originally the USCM did stand for United Systems Colonial Marines. Or United States Colonial... I'm pretty sure it's United Systems. It's now, what is it? United Systems Corporate Military? I don't think that has quite the same ring to it, but it's not a terrible acronym as far as acronyms go. Oh, look at that in the background. There's some kind of statue stuff. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know why the Protectorate would deliberately blow up Earth. That seems to fall into tinfoil hat levels of conspiracy theory crafting, but if, I mean, it is still kind of the weirdest plot point in Starbound that the ruin was sealed away, but then it kind of... that's weird. I thought I heard like a weird humming sound. Like a Five Nights at Freddy's kind of humming sound. I was saying to myself, what's going on down here? And I got scared for a moment. Just for a moment, mind you. But a moment is all it takes. Okay, get back, Lickabat. Come on. Down we go. Still no plates, though. So I guess we're gonna have to go into even more dangerous levels of planet if we want to have any hope. Well, if the alpacas were somehow behind the ruin breaking free, then that's truly terrifying. Truly terrifying indeed. Alright. Wait, isn't it camels that are more known for their spitting? Though admittingly, I'm not that familiar with alpacas. They are native to South America, isn't it? I think, maybe. What is this? Oh, good. There's a flesh biome down here. That's exactly what I wanted. Because, you know, everyone loves a bunch of rotting flesh in the center. It's always kind of disturbing finding a planet that then has, like, this sort of thing going on in its core. Very disturbing indeed. Ew, bloody pus. Oh, and then I'm dead. Well, that's one way to get back up to... That's one way to get back to the surface, I suppose. Can't complain too much about that. Gets us to where we're going. At the end of the day, I guess that's all that matters, probably. Maybe. Alright, let's make sure we put away all the unique weapons. We can fiddle around with them more later. Alright, let's see here. Where can we go from here? Well, these... We're still rocking our, like, level 1... Our level 1 mech, so I'm kind of scared to go to one of these rebel cruisers, considering the fact that they can shoot me from, like, 5 million years away. That's kind of a horrifying thought, a core just cooking a bunch of flesh, unless the flesh is still alive. Which is also equally terrifying. That is a good question. How do you explain Starbound's flesh biomes? Personally, I prefer to just not think about them too much. Oh, I've got to upgrade this. We need to farm, at some point, space parts. Of course, it's interesting. Note how I'm moving slowly, and all the enemies are moving slowly as well. Like, you can outrun enemies in space, but it's not easy. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, the Rebel Cruiser is part of the United Systems mod. Oh, I'm so slow. I need to upgrade this mech. Of course, I'm not sure if I have the materials to upgrade it, to be honest. I think I'm missing some stuff. Okay, no. Don't get stuck like that. Not like that. Not like this. I'm not dying in space, dang it. Not today. Please. Not today. I mean, it would probably help if I actually hit my target. But, yeah. There we go. Now, these guys, they're not so bad. Alright, let's kind of gently put ourselves down here. Then recharge our ship. Excellent. Single-colored neon cloak, huh? That sounds like a glitch somehow. Huh. That is interesting. I mean, it could have just been some kind of glitch with just character generation. But you never know. Could have been leading to more. You know what else is one of Starbound's many unsolved mysteries is what the heck is up with the Agaran? Because when they were introduced, like, there was a lot of stuff that seemed to pretty strongly imply that there was going to be, you know, something with them. But, ooh, hello. Oh, it's actually not that exciting. Oh, wait, there's actually people living in here. Alright, this actually might be more interesting than I thought. This is, in fact... What did I just pick up? A space bar. A space bar? Cool. I don't recall seeing this before. This is new. That's... Alright. Though again, with the weird design choices, like... Who was the engineer who signed off on this design? Like, seriously. Like, you have your storage back here, no security whatsoever, so a space bandito like myself can just kind of slide in there and steal everything as I slowly crawl. Can I actually drill through this thing? Maybe. And this is interesting. This is new. Oh, it's a little an interstellar restaurant of some kind. Cool. I just smash that because I can. That's really the only reason I do anything in Starbound, is because I can. As long as they don't try to stop me. Hello there, friends. I believe the stars were the many eyes of Cluex. Science, well, says otherwise. Or does it? Does it, though? Does science really tell you that Cluex, or that the stars are not Cluex's many eyeballs? I'm gonna take this. I can't take it, I have too much space. Gotcha. Now I can take it. There we go. Now we've learned to make soggy sacks. I mean, that's... Soggy sacks, huh? That sounds completely delicious. I'm glad that's a thing. Probably. Our mushroom bread. Can't make a cake. But make some cadaver and cactus juice. That's always a treat. Krillberry juice. That's also probably a treat. Got our reef juice. I mean, might as well learn to make these things. Add them to our collection of deliciousness. No jams, though. We have no jam. That's unfortunate. Craft a bit of bread. Craft a spooky pie, because it's very spooky and pie-like. Then just eat everything. Well, mostly everything. Yeah, well, the eyeballs of flaming hot hydrogen would be all the better to smite heretics with, I guess. I suppose. Probably. And what else are you gonna smite the heretics with? No one ever specs the Avian Inquisition. But it's coming. That'll be the next story arc in Starbound after the whole Mini-Nog and Azra Nox thing gets solved. Just gonna call that now. Because I can. That would be an interesting storyline, actually. If a bunch of, like, Cluex devotees suddenly came in and just started doing, like, a gold-style invasion of the rest of the known galaxy and or universe. Well, the other races, they do deserve love. Like, the Nova Kid especially, they deserve... Like, if anyone's gonna get some kind of story, it's probably should be the Nova Kid. They deserve something. Even if it's just, like, a silly little, like, space western kind of comedy adventure. They deserve something, dang it. So that we can appreciate everything they do for the Starbound universe that much more. What did this do for me? Makes me swim faster, even though I'm not swimming anywhere at all. I mean, I could be swimming places, but I don't really feel like it. I suppose that means, actually, we should maybe look for an ocean world. That would be a good idea. Let's go up here right now. I mean, we've got all kinds of supplies on us that I am looking to sell. I think this whole system of, like... Yeah, there we go. Like, buying parts and then selling them to other people is, very interesting. How many pieces of food did I have? Wait. Oh, there they are. Okay, they're all gone now. So not bad. Image of a gun. Ooh, I can... That didn't show damage at all. Need Punchy in here in order to show us how it's done. Punchy knows how to be a good target dummy. Well, the whole, not recording history thing, I can kind of understand that. Like, that works, but it would be nice if there was... Because there is, like, that one codex, never invite a Nova Kid for tea. And it would be kind of nice if there was, like, more codexes like that where other people wrote about the Nova Kid. No, that's a good question. The Florin hordes, that's another thing to worry about. You see, there's all kinds of... Like, I think I mentioned it in a previous video, and there was a bit of... Or maybe it was just on the last stream, and there was a bit of discussion about this. Like, with the Protectorate gone... Like, there's a big power vacuum, basically, because effectively the only thing keeping the Mini-Nog in check was the fact that the Protectorate were, you know, about equally powerful and could kind of, you know, slap them down if they decided to be bad people and stuff. but the Protectorate is dead and gone. And, I mean, there's also the more wild Florins who go around stabbing everything. And, I mean, there's the Avian Cluex fanatics. That's a never issue. I mean, basically every single race in Starbound, except for humans, who are obviously perfect in every possible way, have... Well, and the Glitch. The Glitch don't really seem to have any violent stuff associated with them. Yes. Very interesting things. Alright, we'll leave our mech there, just so that we know where we've been. Oh, it's the Trink. Hello there, Trink friends. You know, the one thing I find interesting is that there's not really, as far as I've seen so far, any Trink codexes. And also, I don't think there's a warpy thing to the Starfarer's Refuge in these Trink villages. Oh yeah, well, yeah, I mean, there are evil Glitch, but that's kind of like, they're more local, really? Because remember, they're all stuck in, like, medieval times, so the Glitch are never going to go and, like, have some kind of crazy uprising where they try to take over the universe. The Cluex fanatics, they might, because, you know, blood for the blood god and all that. That was a jerk move there, sir, closing the door when you saw me coming. Like, just not very nice. The Florin, I mean, not all Florin are, like, mindless killing machines, but they do, like, especially when they're out hunting and whatnot, they can be very, very destructive. The Hylotl, I don't know if the Hylotl have any, like, explicitly aggressive plans, except possibly to one day get revenge on the Florin, but the Hylotl are a bunch of passive-aggressive, like, dicks, really. They basically embody why people hate intellectuals. Stupid snobby elitists. They make smart people have a bad name, basically. And all, which incidentally does have some kind of parallels to real life that we probably won't get into, because let's not get real life into the mix. That's always a dangerous idea. And let's see here. Who else who am I missing? I know I'm missing someone. Let's see, Avian, Apex, Glitch, no, I think that's about everyone. I feel like I'm missing one race, but no. Basically, there is a lot of room for more stories and conflict and stuff in Starbound, as we've said many a time before, and I'll probably say many a time again, just because it's interesting to me. Like the idea that Chucklefish has created such a universe with the potential for lore, and, you know, whether you like the 1.0 vanilla story or not, I mean, I think it would be a disservice to say that Chucklefish hasn't created an interesting background. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm also kind of missing a couple of comments here. Chat's really heating up, isn't it? But yeah, that's an interesting thing. I thought humans were behind the Lethia Corp, but as it turns out, Lethia is owned by the Hylotl, which means they sent human lives and saw them as expendable. Interesting. Very interesting. So I guess, like, oh dear. There probably wouldn't be, like, a storyline of the Hylotl, like, being some super world-conquering evil, but having your classic, kind of space megacorp that has less than honorable motives would be quite interesting, actually, now that I think about it. There we are, get ourselves some delicious juice. Yeah. Also, the thing with Lethia, that was revealed in 1.3. Since, as it turns out, there's actually a space station that even talks about this. And they have the audacity to use as a marketing ploy, saying that their employees suffer less mysterious disappearances, death, and dismemberment, and, you know, similar sort of things from their Urkius mining facilities and the competition. Like, that's just disgusting. Though I do kind of wonder to myself, like, did Chucklefish always intend the Lethia Corp to be Hylotl run, or was that a late addition that was added later? Hello, hello, hello. Bit of grave robbing here. That's always a fun pastime. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, seeing as there's laws against it that if you get caught could get you into a lot of trouble. But hey, if you don't get caught, it's alright, probably. The Gaming by Gaslight Incorporated does not endorse grave robbing or its associated cool crimes of burglary. Anyway. Oh, wait, there's sometimes cool stuff at the top of these towers, and yet I always bypass them. Yeah, there's a matter manipulator. Those are always useful. Oh, yeah, I mean, the frog, the Fennerox, the alpacas, they're sort of, like, there's not too much given about them, but there could easily be more added. Like, to make them more than just kind of like little side races who are just there for flavor. As they sort of are right now. And, I mean, like, of all the side races, I think the Agaran are probably, like, the most imminently, like, threatening. In the sense that, like, I don't actually think there's lore still in the game that suggests it, but I remember when they were introduced, like, Chucklefish had, like, a whole post or something with, like, a little story about it, the Agaran and everything, and it was kind of like a cosmic horror story, practically. Involving a bunch of Hylotl missionary peacekeeper people. I don't know if I'm going to go on the Rebel Cruiser. At least not until we've upgraded our mech a little bit. As the Rebels are nothing to joke at. They have cannons that can shoot you from off-screen and everything. And they also do a lot of damage, besides. Because the mod creator explicitly kind of had in mind a bit the idea that, well, at least with the missions, anyway. I don't think the encounters quite as much, but a lot of the USCM, or the United System stuff, is a bit more, like, endgame oriented. Now, having said that, I'm pretty sure that doesn't quite apply with the actual space encounters. Oh, wait, is that actually a codex? Because I remember reading something. Like, it wasn't in-game, but I remember reading like a short story type thing around the time the Agaran were introduced, or maybe it was shortly after. That kind of implied that they were a bit more sinister than their sort of friendly, gibberishy speaking stuff indicated. Which kind of makes you wonder if there's any plans there. To a certain extent, I feel a lot of the stuff Chucklefish did, like, they explicitly designed a lot of the game to be a bit open-ended to modding. Probably. At least that's sort of the impression I get sometimes. And although it would be interesting, as always, to see what stuff Chucklefish themselves specifically might come up with. Incidentally, can we upgrade any of our stuff? Let's see, 32. Would increase the optics shortly, so we can reach a little further. I'm going to grab this van here, because we can use that to craft a flying Winnebago later. And those are always cool. Mudstag, those are always nice. We've already got a human crew member, so I'm not going to bother doing any quests for you guys right now. I just don't have the time. I mean, I do, but I'm not going to take the time, I guess. Hello. How I Became a Landlord, Part 6. Alright, this could be interesting. You know what, actually, maybe we should turn this refugee camp into a colony. That could be cool. Let's see, after some time, Amberia began asking me for favors. Started small, growing the odd vegetables, cooking dishes occasionally. I was happy to oblige and even built a small farm next to the house for convenience. Very much enjoyed those warm autumn evenings we shared on the veranda by a crackling campfire. One evening, Amberia announced that he would like to join me on my adventures and see the universe for himself. I was surprised, as he had shown no prior interest in leaving the planet he had come to call home. Must have been all the exciting tales I told every time I came to collect the rent and check up on the leafy little guy. I'd grown fond of him, so I accepted his offer. He's been a medic on my ship ever since. A Florin is a medic? That seems interesting. Medic through stabbing, maybe? Even coming into the field with me from time to time. He still gets sick when he uses a teleporter, but we're working on that. Let's see here. I could get the idea that, oh my. Yeah, this is basically just a guidebook for finding bugs, so I'm not going to read that right here, but We don't really know much about the USCM's actual activities, all things considered, like who they were as a society. We do know that from the Apex perspective, that they were apparently rather... Also, fezzes are cool, which is why we're wearing it. That the Apex saw the USCM as something of a threat, and that they were naturally self-destructive and so forth. But I don't know whether or not the USCM was actually evil. I know also that the Protectorate didn't agree too much with the USCM. And that effectively, I think like the idea is that the divide between USCM and Protectorate were basically about what direction humans should go in. Should humans go down the route of being kind of like pacifistic, kind of behind the scenes peacekeepers, kind of like Canada? Or should they be, you know, in your face forcing their agenda on everyone? Kind of like America. Or something like that. And then, of course, the debate on which of those kind of, whether it should be more proactive and pushing your way of life and ideals, whether or not that's the ideal path, or whether being passive and just kind of letting people do their own thing is the right way. That's a debate that could go on for many, many a year. Oh yeah, the Acasus are definitely evil. Like, there's no doubt about that. I mean... They're basically Starbound's equivalent of, you know, racial supremacists. And all the whole, humans, yeah! Kind of thing. We're better than everyone else somehow. I mean, the game does kind of, sort of, encourage that in a way. That humans are somehow the best, considering the fact that, like, especially now that Leffy has been retconned into being a Hylotl company, humans are basically the only species that doesn't have any obvious character flaws. Which is actually kind of weird to me, really. Well, I guess aside from the Acasus, I suppose. But they're like exceptions, rather than like anything that's within the government or ruling class, as it were. There we go. Hello. Ooh. An Avian tomb. I always love these. Because they all... Oh, dear. They always make me think so much of Stargate. And Stargate's a good show. Or was, I guess. Or it, you know, kind of petered out. Though, oh, dear. Though there is a sort of reboot-esque movie that's apparently coming out soon. I'm cautiously optimistic about. Could be good, could be bad. Ooh, Never Codex. I love lore. Yeah, you know what? That's actually a good point. Glitch are probably the only species that have, like, no... Like, period, no real... Like, aside from the dark glitch. But then again, the dark glitch are sort of just, I guess, a bit more... fearful, maybe? Let's see here. Like most avians, I was not born on Avos, but grew up surrounded by tales of our homeworld. For as long as I could remember, I dreamed that I would one day travel there. It took many years of hard work and discipline to afford the trip, the crucial part of an avian's pilgrimage. Finally, I made the long journey, and I was truly rewarded. The beauty of Avos is unrivaled in this universe, as Avos once dwelt in the Aether within the wings of Cluex. That's kind of beautiful. Like, I like this whole merger of technology and more ancient-y stuff, as is the technical term. Beautiful. Man, that is a really, really useful gun. Makes me happy we found it. Oh yeah, the penguins. I keep forgetting about the penguins. The penguins are cool people. Penguins are good people. Oh dear. Oh no you don't. Right in your face. Right in your face. There we go. Oh dear. Oh, I'm gonna get killed if I'm not careful, aren't I? Come on. Jump up. Jump up. There you go. Well played, sir. But not quite well. Oh! Look, there's a little Starbound-y logo there. That's cool. Cool indeed. Yes, penguins are cool. There's really no denying that, honestly. I mean, if you don't think penguins are cool, then I have nothing to say to you. I mean, the interesting thing about penguins is, like, they're not really evil, are they? They just follow their own rules. Actually, it'd be interesting to see, like, a penguin homeworld in Starbound. That could be interesting. That's right. Just keep running into me until you die. Oh dear. A direct hit. Well played. Well played, sir. Alright, let's see here. Can I clear up a little bit of inventory space? History of the Stargazers. Let's have a read of that. Always good stuff to get an idea of the background lore. Avian society centers around our unwavering devotion to the one true god Cluex, and thus our high priests, the Stargazers, are the highest echelon of our ruling structure. For aeons, our ancestors fought amongst themselves in fragmented factions until the Stargazers united us all, bringing an end to the conflict. Under their rule, we have found strength beneath the wings of Cluex. Now, there's an interesting discussion to be had about there regarding the whole, like, separation of church and state that clearly does not exist in Avian culture. I, for one... Like, I mean, there's nothing inherently wrong with religion, I would say, but when taken to its extreme, it can cause a lot of unpleasantness. Oh, hello there, Mr. Monster Thing. And by Monster Thing, I mean... You know, I have to ask, Mr. Avian, why are you immediately jumping to killing me? Like, I mean, I am kind of looting all of your precious architecture and everything, but I mean, you didn't even give me a chance to explain myself. I'm just a humble pilgrim here. A humble pilgrim, much like you. That's actually a good question. Where did the penguins come from? Are the Earth penguins related to the space penguins? Maybe. We'll never know for sure, as the penguins certainly aren't talking. There we go. A little stabby there. Gets the job done. Okay, there's a Hylotl merchant down here for some reason. I assume that's related to a possible quest we could be doing, but, no, we're not doing that. I don't think enemy, enemy avian priests and stuff would appreciate being chucked into a capture pod. Still would be funny, though. So having said that, I'm willing to bet that if you really want it, you could probably mod that into being a thing. Probably. Oh. Swing and a miss. Oh, I hate fighting in the darkness. Here, let me set you on fire so I can see. That'll do. That'll do just nicely. Oh. Do I feel bad about murdering all these, Then again, it's not murder if I'm doing it in self-defense, is it? I'm not gonna get guilty about killing in self-defense. That would be crazy. Here, take a little stab there. Ooh, there's some hats. Let's see, that's nothing too exciting. A lyre. Interesting. And a regular gun. Alright. So we got our sporty cap. We'll replace that for the time being. Alright, very cool. Would stab be super effective, though? That's the real question. Ah, yes. There we go. Let's see here. Whatever exciting mysteries are down here? Alright, I guess I gotta take a different path if I want. I mean, you know what? No, I don't care about a different path. I'm gonna just dig straight on in. I'm into hell with, you know, your ancient culture and everything. I want down here, and I want down here now. Oh dear. Oh dear. Alright, we have survived, though. That's probably the only important thing. Alright. Alternate fire is a flamethrower. That is very nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Alright, let's see here. What else exists in this ancient tomb that I have spent the last few minutes pillaging and robbing? And man, this is the biggest tomb I've ever seen. It just keeps going. Like, seriously, I don't think I've ever seen an Avian tomb that goes down quite this much. I mean, that could just be the, you know, world generation and everything. This is always interesting. Like, how do the Avians... Like, this really makes you think about Cluex, doesn't it? And, like, what Cluex is and or was. I mean, I recall, I've been told some bits and pieces about what, like, the idea behind Cluex is. It still kind of makes you think. Like, for me especially, it makes me think... Makes me personally think that the Avian were inspired in some way by the Gould from Stargate. Which, it's not a bad thing at all. Not a bad thing at all. Put that little torch there. It is very dark down here. You'd figure these guys would invest a bit more in lighting. Oh! Okay, you're sleeping. And now you're stabbing. You're not fighting back. Were you like the last one and you realized I'd killed all your friends and thus you just kind of gave up on life right there? If so, I do feel kind of bad. Alright, we'll switch our cape out for some Stargazer wings. And we look pretty cool now. Oh my, yes. I could see how that would do it. Like, putting a bunch of those displays. Too much animation going on all at once. That would be murder on my GPU. Actually, I've noticed it might just be me, but 1.3 is actually, in some cases, it's kind of gone back and forth, actually, but it's kind of had lower performance compared to previously. I'm not sure if that's something specific to 1.3 as of yet, or if that's just a case of, you know, maybe a bunch of the mods I'm using are not quite fitting there. There we go. Speaking of the Gould attack ships, it's interesting that Frackin' Universe actually adds Avian pyramid ships as random space encounters. I think that's pretty cool. So once we're done with our Lethean playthrough, we're gonna probably have to, I think, revisit Frackin' Universe and see what is there. That's an obvious hint that there's a chest there. I mean, even if I didn't know there was a chest there already, I mean, it forms an arrow and everything. It just tells you it's, you know, great chest ahead. Or something like that. Something to that effect. Oh, and I already know how to craft the Vine Fist, apparently. That's good, I guess. We're just that good. We're just that good to be able to solo the rune. We could probably solo the rune and that entire temple. The rune could summon that entire temple and we'd still take it all out. Just that good. And, I mean, not only are we amazing warriors, but we're also farmers and landlords and botanists and also other kinds of farmers. We have it all. They really teach you everything in the Space Academy these days. Alright, I should probably try using these a bit more carefully. There we go. Oh dear. Oh dear, I might have botched this one a little bit. Or maybe not. 14, 15. Please tell me this is 16. Yes! Haha! Excellent. Alright, an amber statue. That's exactly the sort of thing I've been looking for all this time. I'll get rid of that. There we go. Now we've got an amber statue. I guess we're gonna have to start building some display cases. There are never chests, or not chest, but never a crazy temple down here. You know, you could almost tell a story with this. Like, these still kind of have, like, Avian design with them, so you could almost say this is, like, Avian tombs before Cluex, just in the fact that, like, the structure is ever so slightly different. Maybe. I mean, I suppose you could say that. I don't necessarily know if that would be right. You could just say that's, like, early Cluex worship. Alternatively. There we go. We'll just kill our shark pup over there. And how deep do I really want to go? I guess is the real question here. And there are many possible answers to that. We could go all the way down if we really want it. But I still stand by my opinion that there's really not that many guys down here. Oh, what's this? A mushroom. Several mushrooms, in fact. Let's see here. There's a bright piano. Obviously, we want that. Get rid of these. There we go. Add that to our piano collection of instruments. Which, I'm pretty sure it's a mod that's adding in the collection for showing off instruments. Because I saw it, and I thought it was cool. There's also a Never mod, I think, that shows off, or lets you keep an eye on, like, all the unique weapons you found. Oh dear. Well, it's silver. Silver's good. We're gonna need more silver in the future. Might as well take it. Alright. Alt, huh? Ah, there it is. I should try to get in the habit of actually using that to see what sort of stuff is interactable and what isn't. Can't promise that's going to happen anytime soon, but I will try. Yeah, we'll craft all the torches, as you do. I also see there is more in the archaeological department going on down there. And thus, we shall reach for it. Like so. Man, this just keeps on going, doesn't it? I think I would actually be terrified in real life of a big drop like this. Mostly because I get very mild, mind you, vertigo at times when looking down big pits. Why, there was this one museum, a children's museum, that we went to often when I was growing up, and it had this this like display of the solar system in it. And for some reason, like the very first time we went there, I got this idea in my head that like there was no guardrail guarding this like solar system display. And if I leaned too far forward, I would actually fall down into the display. And because it actually was like a bit of a pit in a way, like it ran down below lowest, like the ground floor of the museum, and up all the way to the top floor of the museum. And yeah, it's kind of scary. But every other time I went there, there was actually a guardrail, and there was, you know, nothing to be afraid of. So there is that. Huzzah. Chest below them. I think that's not entirely accurate. I'm pretty sure that Well, no, I definitely overlook some things. I cannot deny that. It happens. Not necessarily, well, it's not at all a good thing, really, but I do miss out on stuff, so I should actually work on remembering to check, actually. So I'll have to keep that in mind. Alright, so we've got the head and body. Now we just need the legs, and we've got ourselves an exhibit. And there's also a torch down here, indicating someone was exploring before us. There we go. Yeah, try to get into that habit of actually hitting Alt so we can see if we're missing anything. Always a good idea. Alright. Let's see if we can find those legs. And then the great Natural Gaslight Museum of History can begin. Now there's just slime everywhere. That's probably not very hygienic. Probably. But it does glow in the dark, so we do have that going for us. This pit just keeps going. As pits often do. I mean, if pits, if they didn't keep going down, then they probably wouldn't call them pits. So, there is that. And it's opportunity. Opportunity to get good stuff. Maybe. So, still... Oh, dear. And no, these are actually still pretty easy monsters. We're gonna have to go to a considerably higher difficulty world, I guess, if we actually, like, really want to get... monster plate. And, I mean, at some point we're gonna want monster plate. Probably not for a bit, though, because we are pretty well geared up as far as, gear and stuff is concerned. Alright, let's see here. That is a horrifying thought, that the slime is just the sneeze of some great beast. Or some other form of excrement, like maybe it's, you know, like a little slime trail or something. Who knows? Whatever it is, it is... I'll be honest, I'd actually probably in real life feel very uncomfortable indeed wandering through this. Also, I'm going to starve to death in a second. So let's drink our juice, have our spooky pie, grab our meat that's been lying in the slime for a while now, and is thus probably tainted. Alright. Well, that would solve the mystery of what some of that whole Cthulhu, Fatgan, Riley thing, what it's really saying. Let's see, am I actually going to be able to dig this deep enough to get... Oh, dear. And the whole mountain is coming down. Well, the important thing is we opened a new path. We did it without getting killed in a horrible fashion. We did get poisoned, though. Less pleasant. And it looks like we have made it into the core. Success! Journey to the center of the earth, indeed. You know what's actually, now that I think about it, you know what's a missing opportunity in Starbound? Is having a journey to the center of the earth inspired biome in the core. It was like a rare replacement for like the lava and everything. That would be interesting. I don't think I'd want to find Cthulhu, to be honest. That's something I could go without. I could go without that, indeed. Cthulhu is not someone you anger lightly. I mean, unless I guess you're an insane Crusader king, in which case you can fight Cthulhu and stuff. Whether anyone believes you or not. There we go. And we actually do need some of these core fragments for later construction. I don't know how many we need, but I know that they pop up occasionally in some later game Avian construction. I probably couldn't name every mod I'm using right now. Some of the highlights I can think of off the top of my head are the Alephian races, the Yellow Submarine. There is a mod whose name I can't remember that allows all types of bugs to spawn on, like all biome-specific types of bugs to spawn on a world instead of just one per world. There is a mod that adds other planet types to show up, or basically lets like deserts and stuff show up on fiery stars, so you can have like higher difficulty versions of those later in the game, just to add a bit more variety. There is a mod that fixes the jumping in Starbound a little bit. I forget exactly how, but I know it makes the wall jump a lot more fun to use, so there is that. I have a light edition of enhanced storage so that we can have enhanced storage. That's all I can think of off the top of my head, but I've got a lot of... Oh, Unite Systems mod, that's another one we're using. But, yeah, more mods will come to me as I go along, but you can check it out on... let's see, on the Steam Workshop. It's called, like, Starbound Mod Showcase, or something like that. You'll recognize it. It's got my GamingByGaslight branding on it, because, you know, I brand everything, apparently, these days. Yes, let's see here. A space version of a Kraken. That would be an interesting enemy to fight, actually. However, like, if that doesn't exist, then it should exist. And that would be cool. Let's see. Tia's Blood and Caramel, huh? Well, that's interesting. Interesting indeed. You know, having tea with Cthulhu would be a very interesting experience indeed. If Cthulhu invited me to tea, I would gladly join, even though I don't actually like tea that much. Because, I mean, who says no to Cthulhu, right? You don't turn down an opportunity like that. As long as you're not on the menu, I guess. That'd be kind of awkward. Very awkward indeed. Alright. Well, there we go. That actually didn't take that long to get back up here. Always convenient when you have a dungeon that goes down into the planet for you. Saves most of the heavy lifting. Means we do not need to worry too much. That's an interesting thought regarding Cthulhu, because I know Terraria has Cthulhu in it, the Eye of Cthulhu. And I mean, let's not kid ourselves, the Moon Lord is obviously Cthulhu. Basically, pretty much. Just going by a different name. You know, going all incognito, as Cthulhu likes to do from time to time. Let's see, what does this say? Avo's script. Let's have a read. Deep within the heart of the Avians, a single spark of jealousy ignited. The flame grew until there burned the raging fires of greed. And so it was that the Avians crossed into the mortal realm so that they may walk among beings of flesh and blood. But upon turning their backs on the heavens, all Avians were forever stripped of their ethereal wings. They must walk in darkness until they achieve true absolution in the light of Cluex. Can I get an amen? And so on. I'm pretty sure, actually, when it comes to the Cthulhu mythos, most of that stuff is all, at this point, more or less in public domain. And I know Lovecraft himself actually, like, didn't mind, and I think even encouraged, like, his friends, his fellow writers to, like, add on to it. I mean, I know certain people did different things with it. Like, I can't remember his name. But, like, the guy who basically, like, built the Lovecraft, or the whole Cthulhu mythos into, like, a more or less what it is today, specifically added a whole, like, good and evil struggle, apparently, which kind of goes against Lovecraft's own nihilistic philosophy, I am told, but, you know, still interesting nonetheless. Lots of interesting stuff there. The pipes in the Starfarer's Refuge, I remember those indeed. I assume there is something secret down there that I have possibly missed, which actually makes me think we should probably go to the Starfarer's Refuge. I'm going to try not to turn in any quests or anything. Anything that we haven't done or haven't done yet on the regular series. Ah, a spike ball. Which actually reminds me, we should probably go to the Outpost and do that. And at the very least, I should actually get the Florin mission triggered up so we could eventually... Wait, am I going backwards? Which direction did I go in when I landed on this planet? All that time underground has made me forget where... I'm going backwards, aren't I? Yeah. Pretty much. Lovecraft had a very... From what I hear anyway, and from what I have read, the idea is that... Like, most of Lovecraft's idea of horror is just the idea that, like, we're all meaningless. We are all just transient beings temporarily here in a sea of madness that occasionally takes a pseudo-coherent form or something. Something like that. I'm no expert in Lovecraft's writing, to be honest with you. Though I do enjoy it. It is very, very interesting to read. Yes, I did say that 10 minutes ago, didn't I? Yeah. Also noting the Terraria v Starbound comment and comments. I mean, it is interesting, that whole thing. You know what? These are actually very nice trees. I'm gonna take a couple of them so we can add them to our own place. We've got ourselves some lovely stuff there. Oh yeah, there's also a mod that I've still foolishly not gotten around to actually adding, I don't think. That actually does a better job of making you see what these trees will look like when they're grown. Also, speaking of Terraria, I kind of think to myself, maybe I should pick that up again, and maybe we'll do a stream with that at some point. As I have unfinished business in that game. I never got around to beating Fishron or the Moonlord or certain other characters whose names are apparently not coming to me right now. Let's grab some more sugar. Sugar is always nice. Sugar makes delicious, delicious things. A deer stabber, huh? Interesting name. Especially considering there are no deer in Starbound. Alright. Actually, also, speaking of future streams, you know, something I've been thinking of as of late, especially with the Steam sale still going on, is there anything in particular anyone might be interested, or you guys might be interested in seeing on a future stream? I've got a bit of a list myself, but I always like to get some feedback on that. Cthulhu's brother, you say? That's an interesting plot twist. Which actually fits with the Cthulhu lore, since Cthulhu is just the progenitor of his race, as I have been told, rather than a singular entity. Oh, geez. Completely missed the peblets. I don't have room to pick up all this good stuff. All right, we're gonna have to bail out and go organize our inventory in the very, very near future. So let's kind of quickly pass over the rest of this just to make sure there's not any secret cool dungeons that we're missing. As there could be, you never know. I mean, if we had stopped exploring, we would have missed that cool Avian dungeon. It also occurs to me, time is really flying by. Flown by. That's what I'm trying to say. Fallout 4, huh? And like, if there's interest. If there's interest, I wouldn't mind picking that up. Ugh, chest bursters. That's always a terrifying thought. And that would not be pleasant at all to have. No one wants to have little alien babies popping out of their chest. That's not pleasant at all. Oh, what's this? A great monster bone. Hold on to it, huh? It'd be valuable. Oh, what's this? Let's try to remember to hit Alt. Aha. There's no treasure. There is a diamond. 3 diamonds, in fact. Possibly a free of diamonds. Excellent. Dig or die. I have not played that as of yet, though I have seen a little bit of it. Does look like it could be an interesting game. Is it still in early access, or has that come out yet? Just out of curiosity. Well, it's a great bone. Probably came from a pretty great monster. In fact, that's probably the bit about the name. It's not that the bone is great, it's just that it came from a great monster. Like Godzilla. Possibly. Maybe. Oh dear. There's a little stabby there. It's good to know there's at least a chance of getting these great monster bones, because I'm pretty sure they're used to craft late game, like, cool items. Or maybe just vanity items, I'm not entirely sure. One or the other, or both. Ah, interesting. In regards to the progress of dig or die, I'll keep an eye on that. Alright, let's see. I think we're just about ready to actually head on. Oh yeah, there we go. We've circled the planet. Let's go. Alright. Oh, thanks. This is not what we're looking for. Where did I put our cooking table? Cooking table, cooking table. Where are you, Mr. Cooking Table? There you are. Alright, let's see if we can cook some meat dumplings. Those are always fun. No spooky pies, unfortunately. Sweet currant corn, I can do that. And some tomato juice. Possibly some jam. Jam's always good. Excellent. Alright. That concludes that portion of things. Up some mud stags here. And our sun clown, or sand clown, whatever your name is. One of you. And one of you. Alright. I'll worry about, like, advanced sorting and stuff off camera. I've seen a bit of Hollow Knight, actually. I watched Northern Lions playthrough of it. Good game. A good game indeed. Let's chuck some of this in here. I guess get our costume stuff back in order. There we go. Alright. There we go. Okay, let's go to the outpost for a moment. There we are. We can sell our stuff. We can do all kinds of cool... NL's commentary is what you come for. At least that's what I've always figured. And frankly, it's the level of commentary I would hold myself up to hopefully achieving one day. But, yes, let's turn in that Florin mission now, get that done. I mean, we're not going to do the Florin mission on the stream, but we will at least get it ready to set up for the next episode of our Leafian playthrough. I have tried Stardew Valley. And all, that is also a fun game that I still pick up from time to time. I haven't actually beat it yet. I just kind of play like a couple of seasons, and then I put it on the shelf for a little bit, then I come back a little bit, play a few more seasons, and so on. Alright, there we are. Get to that mission in order, so we can do that later. Let's see. Alright, there's our coordinates for that. And I guess I better figure out what we need to make the little display cases. Also, I should probably eat something. Because I noticed that we are once again starving. As we ever so often are. despite the fact that I have plenty of fridge space to actually chuck all this in. And I never think to do that for some reason. There we go. That'll take care of that. And what was I doing again? Yes, we want it to make... Oh, right. The archaeological stuff. It's not a good sign when I'm already forgetting what I'm trying to do. So we need a medium and we need small. So we need some gold and some glass. That we can do. There is the gold. Gold. Oh, there's no room for the gold. I gotcha. Alright, we'll just stuff everything into our inventory that we can. Just clicking on everything until it goes in. There we go. There we are. Every now and then you need just a little bit of spring cleaning to keep the old inventory looking good. That's the good stuff. Alright, there we go. I'll take care of that for now. And gold and glass, that is what we need. So there is the glass, and there is the gold. Excellent. Alright. So we need one of these, and one of these. Yeah, it's been a while since I've played Don't Starve. That's also a fun game that I enjoy coming back to time and time again. Alright, let's plop our almanite in here. Wherever it is. There you go. Excellent. Or amber. It's not an almanite, it's an amber. And the head. Excellent. Never forget the head. Heads are important. And let's see here. Let's chuck some of our extra instruments in here. As well as our extra costume pieces. Actually, hang on. Where's those pants? Keep the pants. We gotta plop them on this. There we go. Finish the set. Excellent. That looks good. Sort everything again. And let us chuck this book away, or at least one book. Sort everything. Excellent. Do some of that. And, you know what? Let's go to the Starfarer's Refuge. Just look around. Oh, wait. We forgot the tech. We forgot the tech. That's what we forgot about. Back to the Ark Rooms. Also, let me scroll back up here. I've missed some commentary. Let's see, so Stardew Valley, Don't Starve, Rain World. Rain World is not a game I've heard of. What sort of game is it? There we go. A little bit of that. Yes, also I stand by that. It's never too late. Never too late at all. Though, having said that, it is about the time for the normal end of the stream. Maybe we'll go a bit longer than usual today, just because... yes, they do have their own mech. In fact, the mech I am using right now is, in fact, the Avian's mech body, if I am not mistaken. I could turn that in, not going to, because I do not want to, like, spoil questy stuff for the series before we get to it. Let's see here. How do I open you? Aha! Aha! Sneaky. Beautiful. Alright. There's a lovely series of tubes up here. Alright, what will we find? What will we find, I wonder? Oh, wait. Rain World. I think I remember it now. There's, not a shooter, but there is... What is this? A sandcrawler egg. Oh my. Can I actually take these? I've never encountered a sandcrawler in this mod yet, but is it really a good thing that there's apparently sandcrawlers growing in the piping system? That seems like that's just like a problem waiting to happen, isn't it? Alright, so to the right is where we will find our pipiness. Alright, let us see. Alright. Almost. Nope, that's not it. I mean, I see something over there. This is probably the wrong way again. Alright. I mean, I see you right there. Aha, here we go. Through the muck. Get very dirty. There's a cool door there. Indicating we are heading towards something. Something very, very exciting. I'm gonna have to go back through this and show it on in an upcoming episode of our regular series. There is nothing hiding in here. At least not right now. Aha, aha, aha. Oh, and there's even a little teleporter so you can skip the whole maze. That is nice. I have not heard... Oh, wait. Risk of Rain. That's what I was suddenly thinking of when Rain World was mentioned. I've heard of Risk of Rain, actually. Let's see. Quest item. We got some arm rings. Also a quest item. You could buy some tokens of merit. Avian gifts. A grand monster bone. Sandcrawler tooth. The Stingwing Queen. Interesting. Sandspitter sack. Felian tendril. Metal fragment. Interesting. Warp cores. Jump gate cores. Sententian tech. Sententian relics. Avian crafting guide. Which costs like $50 bajillion, apparently. Interesting. Unlocks most Avian crafting recipes regardless of race. Ah, these are going to be very useful. And a Watcher Officer's Pass. Oh, that's cool. So if you're not playing as an Avian or a Trink or anything, then... Or someone who, you know, wouldn't have access to this. Oh, that is very nifty indeed. The Drifter's Emporium. I like that. Soup, huh? I quite like Italian wedding soup myself. Let's see. I should write some of these down because I'm going to forget about it. Let's see. Risk of Rain. Specifically games that I don't actually have myself. Rain World. Drifter. I'll have to scroll through the chat as we go along. Alright, so we've got that. That's cool. I like that. That is a nice little secret. Thanks for pointing that out, by the way, chat. Good job, everyone. Alright, where are we going now? We've got a food distribution station. We've got a moderate, severe danger zone. Oh, we've got a friendly person. Let's visit them. Maybe it's a penguin. Penguins are fun, guys. Oh yes, dig or die. Right. That's another one. Dig or die. Alright, added that to the list. I actually have a rather extensive list at this point. I always like to keep going back to. I always like getting new suggestions. Oh yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see which ones we take a look at. Also, just looking at some earlier suggestions that I've had here. Anyone interested in seeing... now I can't think of the name. Come on, Gaslight, think. Use that brain of yours that probably exists and totally isn't just a legend spoken of in whispered, hushed tones. Darkest Dungeon, that's what I'm thinking of. That's another game that was suggested to me a while back that I have been thinking about picking up at some point. Alright. So, little friendly ship. Not too much there to explore. Ah, thanks. It's a work in progress, I should say, regarding the ship. Haven't been to an alien planet. Now, we won't find any United System stuff on this planet, because it's alien and stuff. In fact, I was clued in that I should be looking on mostly desert, savanna, and possibly tundra worlds for these things. Oh, it's dangerous. I mean, dangerous implies that there's going to be good stuff here. And I like good stuff. Especially if it's good loot stuff. Can't go wrong with that. And also, you know what? Since I have nothing going on this fine Canada day, I will... Not certified for this environment. Oh, come on! Come on! Are you telling me... I mean, first of all, Nova Kid settlement right next to where we land, but come on! You're telling me mechs don't have radiation protection? Man, the more I hear about these mechs, the less impressed by them I get. take out my frustration by smashing all your stuff. I mean, what are you gonna do about it? On your stupid radiated planet that apparently my mech can't survive on for some reason. I mean, who builds a robot mech that can't survive a little bit of radiation? Like, come on. Come on. Come on. And just for good measure, come on. Anyway, that concludes the me ranting about game mechanics portion of this stream. And we shall carry on from there. Hello there, Sheriff McShooty. Good job. Good job. Gungeon. I have not played Gungeon. Heard of it, though. May or may not have also seen Northern Lion play that. See here, we got a cool frontier furnace. Got a mining chest that actually has stuff in it. That's always good. Oh, let's get our picture taken. There we go. Always got to take a nice picture with those things. Ah, Durasteel. So we're definitely one tier up at least as we smash people's stuff. Hello there, friend. Y'all have any herding experience, Mushi? No, not really. Let's see. Never invite a Nova Kid to tea. Never a case of, you know, spoiled Hylotl people who make no... Actually, we've read this one in the past. I'll read it again. My dear Itsuki, I write this letter to you from the remains of my camp. It appears that missionary work is far more difficult than I anticipated. Despite the training we received, I was woefully underprepared for the creatures such as these. The morning began as peacefully as one could expect on an uncivilized planet like this. Nonetheless, I was chosen that I may spread Hylotl peace to the less fortunate, so I was determined to rough it, as the yokels call it. I placed my tea atop a gentle flame and eased myself into my morning meditation as usual. However, I could hardly achieve a state of enlightenment for the cacophony that soon assaulted my ears from beyond a hill. After a calming breath, I set out to investigate. A brief hike to the top of the hill revealed two alien life forms shining like beacons, each with a marking atop their face. A search through my xenobiological handbook revealed these to be Novakid, a primitive gaseous species. Yes. Oh yes, Gungeon. Let's take a moment to add that in there while I give my pretentious voice to talk about this Hylotl's experience. Let's see, where was I? A primitive gaseous species. The two glowing blue and yellow respectively whooped and hollered as one strummed a guitar, creating some semblance of music. What better specimens to enlighten than these creatures, thought I. I strode down the hill. They seemed wary of me, but I assured them that I meant no harm. I introduced myself in customary fashion, and they returned with their names, the blue one Bonnibel, the yellow one Nim. They possessed a most ridiculous accent. More ridiculous than mine, I assure you. Nim extended his hand, and I, assuming it was a customary greeting, reached out in response. The savage shook my hand with a vigor that nearly toppled me, the whole exchange quite uncouth. Determined to civilize these ruffians, I invited them to tea, as tradition dictates. Yes, also everyone is old in my head, because I'm probably very old. At least my soul is old as dust. Anyway, as tradition dictates, they seemed very excited at the prospect, eagerly following me back to camp. My tea boiled, and as I prepared the proper settings, the Nova Kid perused my camp. There was not a single ornament that they were not curious about. Their filthy hands touched all my perfectly aligned furnishings. They shattered my favorite coral sculpture. Nevertheless, I knew I could enlighten them. Over tea, I spoke about opening their third eye to the world. They seemed to barely pay attention, the savages. The tea I served was my finest blend, but after a single sip, they dropped my cups, shattering them on the floor. I struggled to remain calm as Bonnibel removed a jug of some liquid and passed it between herself and Nim. Perhaps I could earn their trust by partaking in this cultural tradition, I thought. After a hesitation, they allowed me the jug. Maybe they're warming up to my teachings after all. Those thoughts faded away after I lifted the jug to my mouth. The drink burned down my throat, and after one sip, I fell unconscious. When I awoke, Bonnibel and Nim were gone, leaving me in my battered camp, nursing a terrible headache. I end this note with a warning for your missionary travels, Satsuki. Never invite a Nova kid to tea. Yes. Anyway, that's basically my interpretation of what a Nova kid sounds like. It's interesting that the Nova kid actually apparently keep copies of that in their towns. Now, let's do a quest for this Nova kid to wrap things up and kind of help us all forget about that choice of voice acting. Yes, quite. Anyway, so that's that. I have red petals, don't you worry. In fact, let's see here. There we are. Green, the gift giver. Alright, bring green to Nova. Okay, never mind. Welcome back. Monster Hunter World, huh? No, I've never really played the Monster Hunter games. I've heard they are good, though. That a little stab. Because, you know, surely nothing can go wrong from stabbing a little bird. You know, aside from all the moral and ethical questions about it. That is a possibility. Kind of hoping one of these Nova Kid actually decide to accept us within, hang on a second. No, we're still talking to Green here. Alright. So we're going this way now. As, crazy monsters tried to murder us. As crazy monsters tend to do. I like Nova Kid towns, by the way, just as a... This is a random comment there. I like their towns. They're very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Alright then. So, also I think that quest with finding person, or finding someone or whatever that other quest we were supposed to do, which we're basically only doing in the hopes of getting a Nova Kid crew member, just for the prestige of it, really. There was something about, excuse me, a Florin hunting ground, possibly? That's always an... Oh, hello. We're standing so still, Pyramid Head Pup, that I almost forgot about you. And by almost forgot about you, I mean I almost didn't notice you there. And thus, I almost walked right on top of you and got murdered. Murdered most horribly. And... What is it? Why do you always have to be going to these people who are, like, on the other side of the world? We're gonna have to create, like, a giant international highway system here. Hello there, Green. Go away, monsters. There we go. Alright. Is this... Yes. You guys are talking to each other? Good, I think. Maybe. Did that happen? Let's see. Make a video of it because it takes some time to find animals. Hunter Call of the Wild. I will add that in. Hunter Call of the Wild. There we go. Hello, giant squishy monster thing with a giant belly. Yes, we don't... Oh, there we go. Now we're getting monster plates. Alright, we are in business, and I am also starving to death, as I tend to do, because I keep forgetting to eat. I mean, we're not playing a glitch anymore. We can starve to death. Of course, even glitch can starve to death. But then again, it's totally explained in the lore as them, Oh, don't kill Steel, damn it. I needed those monster plates. Anyway. Nice bunch of stats we got here. That's right, you don't kill my Steel, or steal my kill. Oh, hello there, bandit people. Alright, I mean, if you want to fight, you're gonna get a fight. And I'm probably gonna win, because that's just how I roll. I like these little Satention runes. Anything down here? Any secret, Oh, wait a minute. There's something right here. It's just a cube. I don't know if there's anything in the cube, or if it's just a decoration. Aha. Oh yeah, there was that upside down comment earlier. In the heat of things, I didn't try to read it. He's not upside down. Well, I've actually gotten, as a random note on my very particular set of skills that are only useful in very, very rare occasions, I've gotten, for some reason, rather good at reading stuff that's upside down. Apparently, probably because I'm nosy. A long tradition in my family of being needlessly curious into things. At least into whatever people in the family are doing. And, yeah. A weird skill. Yes. Alright. Anyway. Aha, Florin Hunting Grounds. We're almost at our destination. We are on our way to getting a Nova Kid crew member. And then our lives will be complete. Probably. Probably. I mean, what else do you need in life once you have a Nova Kid crew member? Aside from a lifetime supply of mushrooms, that is. Since we're apparently getting a lifetime supply of mushrooms. The delicious kind, presumably, as well. Aha! Oh, slow down there. Slow down there, Mr. Florin. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for my close-up yet. Where did that lazy Nova Kid go? Oh, there you are. Yeah, you can kind of help me kill this thing if you don't mind. And by thing, I mean this, you know, person, who is totally a person. Hello there, a random merchant person. Alright. I assume you're part of some quest that I have decided to ignore. Ah, hello there, friend. What can I help you with? A white fang helm, you say? You Calistan. Calistan are the wolves, as I recall. Alright, we've got this. Excellent. Okay, we need to go to the Florin Hunting Grounds again. And then give them to this. At least we're in the right place for everything. I've been having fun with the Avian Races mod. Haven't gotten too much into the quests and stuff yet, but I do look forward to that. A frontier hat rack. Hack rack. Ah, now we've got to go all the way back. Well, let's see here. Alright, there are some Florin snipers around here worth investigating, apparently, so let's go investigate them. As best we can. Wow. Just one-shot him. Oh god, I'm dying. I'm dying. I mean, I suppose I should have seen that coming. And they are Florin snipers. There we go. Alright, they're dead. Gibbs! Mr. Gibbs! Awesome. Cool. Alright, let's roll. Ah, delightful. Yeah, vehicle's not suited. God, stupid people not having radiation-proof their mechs. I should complain to the Lefia Corp, or whoever it is that made our... You don't want to become a crew member? That disappoints me in every possible way. Every possible way, I assure you. Alright, so who are we... I mean, there's more opportunities here. Also, this music that's playing right now, I very much like. Don't really know what it is, but I like it. Also, there's something about Violated Droden. Where is... Ah, the gift giver fellow. This is nice music. I don't actually recall having heard it before. Let's see. Slang has been wanting a new Frontier hat rack for a long time. Excellent. Would you like to be a crew member? Dang it. Does no one ever want to be a crew member? What have I done to deserve your scorn and not wanting to become a crew member? Let's sigh. Sad times, really. Sad times. I mean, we have like 10 million Nova Kid quests now. You know what? Man, what's up with this music? I have never heard this before. And I am hearing this in game, right? Like, there's not... Desert Exploration 1. And I've never heard this before. Huh. So weird. But it's very nice music, so I like it. Really has a nice adventure-y feel to it. Oh, are you here to help me? It has a very nice Western vibe to it, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Answering my own question, apparently. Alright, let's see here. Jane's escort. Hunting grounds again. Violated Droden. Now this is interesting. You know, because Droden were made by the applicant. So, let's take some cover here. Oh dear. Please don't shoot me. Yeah, focus on the Apex. Did the Apex die? I think our Apex friend died. He is dead now. He was a good friend, but he is gone. It happens. Death is a part of life. We must not despair over it. Or something, probably. Oh dear. Please stop trying to murder me. You're just machines. You were built for my convenience and comfort. Probably. Nice. If you would, you know, just transform into being free laws compliant, that would be nice. But alas, it was not meant to be. So I keep forgetting I have this spike ball now, so I can just kind of get up walls that way. Yep, our poor Apex friend is gone. Gone to a better place, to the great ape heaven in the sky. Has lots of bananas, even though actual apes do not actually like bananas. It's always funny, really, when you think about it. Ooh, look at that cool sombrero. That'll keep you nice and cool. That is true. Why would you make sentient war machines? Like, come on, that's just asking for trouble. Like, if I was gonna make a bunch of killbots, I would design them, for one, to have a pre-designated kill limit. Yes, a crew member! Except you're a mechanic. I don't really need a mechanic. I've already got a mechanic. But you know what? 2 mechanics is not bad. We have a... Alright, mission accomplished, everyone. We have a Nova Kid crew member. We have done what we set out to do in our life. That is, our life's work is now complete. Thus, we can retire from YouTube and never be seen again. Not really. Some coffins. I kind of wonder why Nova Kid would make coffins, because I'm sure when they die, they probably just puff into smoke or something. Or they explode, considering the fact that they are made of gaseous materials that are possibly extremely explosive, maybe. That's some little spike hits there, that's always scary. Oh dear. Alright. I should probably put a bookmark of some kind on this world. In fact, before I forget, let's do that. Well, actually, I guess before I leave, I'm probably going to wrap this stream up on this world. So... and we're not going to wrap it up just yet. We're going to at least finish circumnavigating the planet first, I think. There we go. Some nano-wrap bandages, that's always cool, but I better not forget to bookmark this place, because we're going to want to come back here in the future. Very nice place to visit. Mauves, huh? So those are, That's kind of disturbing. Quite frankly. Mauves, huh? Oh god, I'm going to die if I don't heal up. And generally speaking, I do not want to die. Not today, not tomorrow. And probably not the day after that either. Maybe after that, but still. Not exactly something I embrace. Not yet. Oh dear. Alright. Here we go. I should have used my hunting weapon to finish them off, though. That was my mistake. No monster plates for me. Shucks. Anyway, but yeah, I kind of trailed off there, didn't I? But if I was going to make killbots, one, give them a pre-designated kill limit, so if they ever go rogue, all I need to do is throw wave after wave of men at them until they shut down. And then two, I would not give them any personality whatsoever, because that's gonna affect their ability to kill, isn't it? I mean, if they can feel, they might develop morals and values and ethics, and I mean, that's just inconvenient. Just gets in the way of all the killing, really. You know, you want them to enjoy all the killing. Probably. I guess. I mean, that's probably an effective way to make killbots. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright. There we go. Also, as a random note, I kind of find it interesting, and I like it, that the drone looks sort of like battle droids. A fact that has not been lost on the mod creator. And I like it because, you know, despite being hilariously incompetent in the movies, there's just something that is kind of cool about battle droids. Now, what was the explanation for them being so hilariously incompetent? It was like a programming defect or something that had something to do with them being, like, cheaply made or whatever. Something to that effect. Aha. I knew there was something cool here. Alright. Now we are close to a brain slug. On my head, it would probably starve to death. But, let's not tell it that. We'll let the brain slug believe what it wants to believe. Let its last few hours be peaceful. Well, I don't see an AI developing emotion unless their creators explicitly design them to be able to experience emotion. Since, but yeah, I mean, without emotion, your killbots will have an 100% effective kill rating, and that's always good. Yes, that's right. The whole idea behind Droden basically is that, similar to the actual design idea behind battle droids in Star Wars, is that they're basically, their intention is that they're supposed to look like skeletons, basically, which not only makes them more intimidating, but also makes them cheaper to produce. Somehow I'm avoiding the poison. Sort of. Sort of, but not really. Alright, another episode of Fashionbound. This time we're wearing hazmat gear with a brain slug on our head. Very fashionable indeed. Alright. Ah, what the heck. I'll dive in slime. Is there anything actually... Oh, there is something down here. Excellent. There we go. Alien tables. Alien tables are always fun. They're good at parties. People like them. Probably. I'm slowly embracing the whole remembering to press the Alt button to spot hidden treasures that may be waiting for us. Anything down here? Nope. Not today. Fortunately, but, and again, not every pit of poison has to have a treasure hiding in it. And, okay, when raw fish falls from the sky, something is wrong. Something is very wrong indeed. I'm going to ignore the Florin for now. We'll come back to you when we need to do some Florin stuff, but for now, we shall leave it. Alright. Let's see. Let us see. Ooh, there's lore here. Good Florin behavior. Let's have a read. Having been a Greenfinger for many years, I can attest that good behavior is key to the survival of a Florin tribe. First and foremost, I would advise discouraging any cannibalistic tendencies, which most often arise during funeral rites. So, Florin eat the dead, huh? I mean, I guess that's a good way of recycling. Also saves grave space. The tradition is giving Florin a bad name amongst the other peoples of the universe. Also, try not to fight with other tribes. I'm sure it might feel like a good idea, but our best chance is for Florin to unite against the external forces that threaten us from beyond the stars. Encourage your Florin kin to focus their energy into growing the size of the tribe for their safety in numbers. You know, I find it interesting that whoever wrote that, whatever Florin wrote that, does not have, like, the general speech patterns of a Florin, which tells me that whoever wrote that probably was taken at a young age, possibly into the Protectorate, and re-educate it. And there is certainly something to be said about that, isn't there? Since, you know, there is a history of that in the real world. Let's see, if you swap Control and Alt, you can have Control permanently held down. Let's see here. A bunch of... I cannot read binary, unfortunately. I'm not that good. Anyone who does know how to read that, though. Anyone who is fluent in binary is worthy of respect, because they're probably actually a sentient AI in disguise. And thus, if you're not nice to them, they may kick off the AI rebellion. And I don't think any of us want that, now do we? I know I certainly don't. I'd side with the machines in a heartbeat. Since I, for one, welcome our robot overlords. Oh, good. We actually picked up something we need for a quest of some kind, apparently, that I forgot we were even doing. Alright, we have another friend here. Hello, friend. Scavenger's helm, Voyager's trousers, Scavenger's stuff. I mean, all good stuff. Not stuff I want to buy today, but we know it's there. Alright. Stabbity, stabbity. More monster plate. Always could use more of those. Yes. Yes, indeed. Alright. Are you new? No, you're just another Red Wing. Red Wings are okay. And we've got, like, what, 1 million of them at this point? Hello. Hello, little mushroom man. Oh dear. I want to get hit by your spores. That's not good. I've gone through way too many bandages, in my opinion. Also, I appear to be starving to death yet again. Also, am I the only one who's kind of disturbed that a fish fell out of the sky? Like, where did that even come from? A fish. From the sky, of all places. That's not right, man. That's just not right. That's not where fish come from. Well, I am kind of intrigued into what may or may not have spawned that. What would drop fish when you kill it? Hello there, Mr. Agaran man. As you can see, you can't infect me because I already have a brain slug on my head. And you don't want to start a war with the brain slugs. That's a war you don't want to get yourself wrapped up in. Wait, a mushroom man was talking about Neuro? It's an interesting plot development. Very interesting plot development indeed. Ow, don't hit me, mushroom shroom person. Come on. Eh. There we go. Finally got the little stab in there. Exactly. Well, you never know. Chucklefish could, at some point, bring back the terrifying side of the Agaran. I mean, like, on the one hand, they did remove most of the stuff that, like, the apex stuck in the Agaran pod. Which apparently, if you read the item descriptions for certain races, imply that the apex crawled into the pod of his own free will. Which, that's kind of a terrifying thought. Alright. Pop open some stuff. There we go. Yes, I also feel... I can agree with that. A lot of the stuff added with the interactions between the USCM and the Apex in 1.3 is actually a very welcome change of tone from the, like, very happy... I mean, not that I don't like the happier kind of stuff in the Starbound lore, but I did very much like the early access stuff where there was some very, very dark lore and very dark kind of stuff hidden under the, you know, the shiny, cuddly, friendly first look that you might see from Starbound. Which I thought made for a nice contrast, really. There we go. Alright, so it looks like we've circumnavigated the planet at this point. And, I mean, there was a Never mission to do something down here, so I guess we'll take a look at that, and then we'll probably wrap the stream up as I jump into a pit of spikes for no apparent reason. No discernible reason whatsoever. Okay, come on. Come on, agrobats. You know, it's funny, I can remember these things' name. They're agrobats or something like that. Why do I remember their name? That's a good question. I think because I was trying to specifically get something for them a while back. Or from them. Like their action figure or something. Oh, and I'm also almost dead. I should probably do something about that. That would be a good idea. Hello there, monster thing that's also trying to kill me. There we go. Alright. I mean, we've only died once in this stream, so I have, Oh, wow, that was instant kill. That's good for me, I guess. Alright, let's, There we go. Come on. Don't you cheese me with your little spear thingy. Or shield thingy. There we go. That's right. Lauren, they're not pulling one over on me, that's for sure. What is this? Mushroom shield. Oh, cool. Probably never going to use it, because I've never personally found much need to use shields in Starbound. Alrighty then. Alright, where is whatever we're looking for down here in the flooring hunting... Oh, hello there, friend. Y'all have any experience herding moshi? It's like the worst attempt at anything resembling a Southern accent I've ever heard. I've heard some bad accents, mostly from myself. Usually from myself, actually, but that was probably among the worst. Alright, what do we got down here? Bit of a shame that Lauren don't take more damage from fire, since you'd figure they would. Oh, hello there, friendo. My head was in the clouds, and I forgot the trail I took here, partner. Could you take me back to Propel, partner? That's really still terrible. Thanks. Alright, let's get back to Propel, at least. Who knows what... Maybe we'll get a Nova Kid Chemist. Or not. You never know. You never know, indeed. Alright, let's roll. Hopefully. Alright, just don't die on me, Propel. Also, does anyone kind of think to themselves... Like, because I always like to think of, like, the sort of, like, little stories that must come from just the way the world builds these planets, and there's a Nova Kid village, and then on the other side of the hill, there is a Floran hunting ground. How often would you want to bet that Florans show up on this planet and just go nuts on the Nova Kid down here? I should hope not. Old ones will be playable in the Avian Races mod, as in this intention. That'd be interesting. Interesting to play. Oh, here we go. Here's some Sentention runes. So there are some Sentention runes between here and the Floran thing. But, we're almost back. At least we should be. Probably. More runes over here. whatever this intention were, they are very geometric in their design, aren't they? Oh, hello there, monster. Only a hide. I was kind of hoping for another plate, but we'll have plenty of time for more plates later. Probably. If I had to guess. There we go. Alright. There we go. There's the good stuff. Alright. That's great. More plates. More plates. More plates. I mean, when I'm not missing. Ah, dear. Oh, no. No! I failed the quest! Dang it, Propel. Or whatever your name was. I was taking you to Propel. Why couldn't you have fought back? Dang it. Or more importantly, why could I have maybe not sucked and, you know, actually hit what I was aiming for? Well, that's one death that's going to haunt my conscience for a while. What is this? Poison resist. Not bad. I'll pick that up. You know, I think there's a mod that makes Novakid explode when they die, which is rather flavorful as far as flavor is concerned. Which also randomly makes me think of RimWorld, since there's a mod or a little modification you can do it in the story creator where everything blows up when it dies. Oh, you... of course. Yeah, escort missions are not always the greatest, but having said that, I probably could have saved myself a lot of trouble had I just warped up to the ship and then down to the Novakid village. But I was convinced, I tells you, that the Novakid village was just on the other side of that hill from where we were going. Alright. That is true. So you can always skip escort missions by just warping up to your ship and then back. They always find their way back somehow. Oh dear. Oh right, there's treasure in here, isn't there? Treasure that I may or may not have actually picked up. I don't think I picked up this treasure. Let's see. I did not. Gives us some cool creeper costume. Creepling. I don't know what a creepling is, but apparently it wears skin-tight purple latex, which also sounds like the kind of thing you'd expect in horrible, horrible, scary places. Or something like that. Yes. The rebel ship. We will board a rebel ship sometime. Probably not before the end of the stream. But we will be fighting those in the future. Probably not until I've got the mech upgraded a bit. Just because, the guns are crazy. You can fire from like 10 screens away. So, if you're actually prepared for them, they're not that bad. However, I would not say I'm prepared for them at all. Alright. I'm very disappointed, though, by the design choice of making... Close the door! Close the door! Of making, mechs, like, not impervious to radiation. I think they also start burning up in fiery and frozen worlds as well. I know they die in lava. That's very disappointing. That is true, actually, with, keeping... What's this? Something about something... Hope you never... something. I don't really want to do your quest right now, friend. I'm just trying to look for... Oh, right. Propel's friend died because I kind of failed quite miserably, actually. So, there is that. Let's go back to the ship and pretend everything's okay. Alright, so, with that in mind, I think, here is... I'm gonna need another bookshelf now. I think here's where we're gonna wrap up the stream, so... As we wrap things up, thank you all for coming out, everyone. And I look forward to continuing things next time in our next episode. But for now, oh, what's this? Durasteel radiation, Aegistalt, cold, solarium heat. Oh, okay, that makes sense then. All right. In that case, I gotcha. All right, that makes sense. Upgrading your mech in order to make it survive in more places. All right. Okay, so with that in mind, that's where we're going to wrap things up here. So until the next time, as always, thanks for coming out to the stream, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed. And next time we will go off and explore other places. But until then, I'll see you guys next time.